Hello everybody, how are y'all doing out there today? I'm making some chocolate chip cookies. Y'all let me know if the camera is in the right position because it seems to be telling me I need to rotate the device, which I don't want to rotate the device. It wants me to put it like this. Okay. Making some chocolate chip cookies, y'all. So I'm using a couple of different bowls. Let me set the camera back a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Is that a little better? Okay. Let's start with some flour. I have my flour here and have my measuring utensils, and I'm using these Hershey's pieces. They were regular $69 at my little local store because I live out in the country and the convenience store that's local here is very expensive. But I actually got them on clearance there for $1.99. So I think they'll be fine. They are expired, but I think they'll be fine. Chocolate doesn't really expire in my opinion. So I'm using the recipe on the back of the bag, and it calls 2 1/4 cups of flour. There's not much going on around here today, so I wanted to stay in and bake. The snow is still melting outside, so it's not very pleasant out there. Okay, so this calls for 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, or plain flour, you might say, because it doesn't have baking soda or salt in it. We're going to be adding that into it, and we're going to add that into it right now. The baking soda, it calls for a teaspoon of the baking soda. Teaspoon. I just put my baking soda in this drawer instead of leaving it in that box. Easier to get to, and it keeps better and fresher than in that box too. Okay, we'll close it back up. We can close that flour up too. Alright, and now we need our salt, and it also calls for a teaspoon of the salt. Probably shouldn't pour it right over the bowl like I did. There you go. Okay. I had two different kinds. I had this one, and then I had a Walmart brand of these. And it's called, the only thing different in the recipe is this one called for a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and the other one called for a whole teaspoon of salt. So I kind of met it halfway when I put my salt into this recipe, because you have to have salt, of course, for it to taste good. Somebody made a comment. Let me see what they saying. Ryan says hi. Hello, Ryan. How are you today? Just going to use this to stir it because I forgot to bring my spoon. Ain't that crazy? I was supposed to have everything here and ready, but that's live TV, guys. You know, you get to see all the bloopers when it's live like this. So, okay, I think that has incorporated our salt and baking soda into our plain flour. Okay, and then we do that in a small bowl, and in the large bowl, which I'm using this for my large bowl because it's kind of clear. I want it to have some y'all could see through, kind of, and it's kind of low, so y'all better see what I'm putting in here. So let's see what it tells us to do next. Okay, we need our butter, and you see I left that over here, but I'm gonna grab it. Okay, I got it, guys. I got it. You see what happened was I didn't take my butter time, so I put it in a pan and I put it in a warm oven and just let it kind of soften up. So that's fine. It'll work. It's good. The other thing is I need to put my oven preheating. The temperature is going to be $3.75. So let me turn it real quick. Okay, let's turn this on. $3.75. Okay, that's warming up. There's nothing in there. I will mention that I do have some foil on this bottom rack. You see that? This one doesn't, this one does. It's going to keep those cookies from browning too much. All right, let's get back to what we was doing over here. Okay, make sure y'all can see in this bowl here. Now, grabbed a spoon while I was up. What you think of that? A plastic spoon so that when I stir, it won't be so loud on your ears. So we need to put our butter in, and it calls for a cup. So that would be 2 sticks, because 1 stick is a half a cup butter. For those of you who didn't know, probably everybody knows that though, but you know, sometimes we think everybody knows everything we know, and that's not true. So it's good to specify exactly what's going on here. And look all the butter that's still on there. I'm going to save that to do something with. I don't know, but I'm not throwing it away. Okay, let's get this over here. A lot of people save these wrappers and then they oil their pans with them. I might do that. I might some toast with it. I don't know. But I'm going to set it off to the side so it doesn't waste. And some of my butter even stayed in the pan. You see that? But I'm going to try and get some of that out. I had some cookies one time. It didn't call for enough butter. I mean, this looks like a lot of butter, but butter really does make cookies way better. So I'm glad this one called for so much. I was glad that. Okay, wipe my hands. I got a little bit of butter on them. Just a little. Now let's see what goes here. I think it's the sugars is going to go in next. Yeah, it is. So 3/4 of a cup of this white granulated sugar. And I got my 1/4 cup. So I'm going to need 3 of them. There's my 3 of those. And then I'm also going to need some brown sugar, which is so good in chocolate chip cookies. And it's going to call for also 3/4 of a cup. So I'm going to just use my 3. I'm going to get it with this 1/4 cup that I'm using here. It's not going to hurt anything to dip into this brown sugar after dipping into the white sugar. Okay, so there's our sugars and our butter, and eggs are going to go in next. I'm pretty sure. Let's see what it says. It tells us to stir together the flour, baking soda, and salt, and we did that. We got that in this here, set aside. And then it says to beat the butter, granulated sugar, brown sugar, and vanilla in a large bowl until creamy. So we've got to put the vanilla in. I'm pretty sure it calls for a teaspoon. Yep. Vanilla flavoring. So let's get that right in there. Okay. So we got our vanilla. And it says to beat it. So, as you've seen earlier, I do have my beaters ready. And I'm going to put these right onto here. This has been a pretty good mixer. It's I think it's an Oster. It is. It's an Oster. And I love the red. Red is my favorite color. Make sure I'm putting this thing in here right, y'all. Jam it in there wrong and mess up my mixer, huh? Okay, and always make sure it's off before you get in. You don't want to get your hair or your clothes or your hands caught your hair or your clothes or your hands caught in that thing when you turn it on. I have a plug right here. We're plugged in. And I actually don't need this spoon right now. I'm going to set it on the side. And we get a little bit of noise. Sorry about that. But when you're doing a live video, you can't just cut that part out, right? Okay. Now comes the eggs, and I have 2 of them here. One of my yolks busted, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to be putting this mixer in it anyways. So let's mix that in. Okay, would you look at that mixture there? Would you just look at it? I'm so silly. Okay, add this flour mixture in there. I'm pretty sure that's what goes next, and I'm pretty sure it says to use the mixer, but let me make sure before I go doing that. Gradually add the flour, beating well. So yeah, you do. Is that gradual enough? There's still plenty in here, so let's go for it. Trying to get the edges. So let's gradually add a little more. Ooh, I just got a little bit left. I put a lot that time, and we're probably gonna have a flour cloud. So let's see. Oven's ready. I don't know if y'all heard it beep. So I guess this is why you should get a deeper bowl so you don't have flour everywhere. I want y'all to be able to see what's going on, so I'll just wipe this up when I'm done. I'm kidding, guys. I am kidding, but it's getting everywhere. Ooh, bugging down. Okay, I guess that's pretty good. I need to get these off of here, so I'm gonna unplug it so I don't, you know, have an accident. Okay, it's unplugged. Now I'm gonna just get these off. This one's very hard to come off. Oh, okay, I got it. roll this up and set it on the side right here because I'm not going to be needing it anymore. What I am going to need is some scissors to cut into these that I didn't bring right here, so let me go grab those, and I need something to get this off of these beaders. Okay, let's get some scissors. And let's get a spoon. All right, we got our scissors and we got, oh, let me turn y'all a little bit. I'm making chocolate chip cookies. I'm torn between, am I going to make the cookies or am I going to make the bars? Measure out the dough one by one for the cookies. With the bars, you just put the whole dough right down in the bottom of the pan, and then when it's done cooking, cut it into bars, which to me that sounds a lot easier. I don't know if I'm going to opt for it or not because I kind of wanted cookies, but I bet the bars would turn out really moist and chewy, which sounds very good too. And if I don't like the bars, I always make cookies next time. I don't think I ever made the bars actually. I always made the cookies. Has anybody out there ever tried the bars on these chocolate chip recipes? I'm trying to get all this dough off of here because I want all of it. I actually would like to eat it. It looks and smells so good. But I'm gonna try to resist, y'all. Be strong. Oh yeah. And it came out moist. You know, sometimes cookie dough, it turns out kind of dry. I hate that. When I overdo it with the flour, it kind of like depends on the weather. You know what I'm saying? The flour, how much you use for bread or cookies or anything. Even though the recipe, you would think, well, you put a cup every time. Sometimes you put the whole cup and the recipe turns out kind of dry. But this one turned out good. Sorry it's taking so long to get this off of here, y'all. I guess I should have got a butter knife instead. Okay, that's good, for heaven's sake. All right, let's get on to this. Let's see what they look like, because like I said, they were expired and I got them on sale. They're like, they're not expired, okay? It says they're expired January of 24. So they're like a year expired. But look, they smell totally fine. They look totally fine. I got for $2 versus $4.69. And it calls for the whole bag. Y'all, chocolate has been my weakness. And we are going to put the whole bag in. It says put the whole bag. Now, I do have one here, some that melted. I need to break that up. I don't want that in there just like that. Okay, and this one too. Okay, that's good. Let me get my dish rag here and wipe my hands off. And stir these chocolate chips in here. Y'all, I'm going for a new hair look right now. I always color my hair and it's so going out right now. And I found this Colorista spray and it's in silver. So I did these highlights in my hair with them to match my roots. What do y'all think of that? I like it, actually. It's so hard to change from dyeing your hair, y'all. It's really... Every time they start growing out, I say I'm just going to go natural and let it go like that. And then for, you know, I'm dyeing it again. It's just hard to make the transition for some reason. But I got my first gray hair when I was 16. So it's just, I started graying very early. And now I think it's all gray probably. But my mom and dad had gray hair. Well, my mom's still alive and she's got beautiful gray, white hair like. So my dad did too. And I think it's very pretty actually. It's just hard to let it grow out. You know what I'm saying? If any of y'all are going through this, let me know. Okay, y'all. Is it going to be cookies or boars? I don't know, but it looks mighty darn good just as dough. I think I want the cookies though. Alright, let me get my pans. And get a little bit of space here too while I'm at it. Okay, here's the pans that I'm going to be using. And of course, I'm going to use my beloved parchment paper because it just makes baking so much easier. Okay, this recipe says that it's going to make like 30 cookies, which is a lot. It is. But I tasted it. I couldn't help it. I don't know why, but raw cookie dough is so good. I know you're not supposed to eat it. Y'all don't do what I do. Okay. It says drop by rounded teaspoons. A teaspoon, y'all, that's a small amount. Onto ungreased cookie sheet. So that's what I'm going to do. Do y'all use parchment paper when it says ungreased cookie sheet? I know I am. I don't want to fight with cleaning this pan to get done. Okay. Now this is the same teaspoon I used to measure my vanilla with. And I'm just going to use it because it is rounded. You see that? Rounded. It says a rounded teaspoon. To me, that's going to be some very small cookies. Look at that. And I got it heaping too. Alright, that's going to be hard to get out of this spoon, I can see. But we're going for it, guys. I need to show y'all what this looks like. It's my picture's out of frame. I'll start on this side. That way you can really see. And how far do you put these apart? Because I know they're going to spread out. And it don't say. We'll have to use common sense, guys. We know they're going to spread out. That's going to be some little cookies. I guess it does make 30. I don't know about this, y'all. That looks mighty small to me. As you can see, I don't make chocolate chip cookies very often. I'll be here all day dropping these little bitty things on here. We're going to see how they turn out. I'll keep y'all with me for the first batch anyhow. Unless y'all got something good to talk about, leave me a comment. Do y'all like this small, or do y'all put them bigger than that, even though it says a teaspoon? I know that I've made these in the past, and I did not use this little bitty measurement. I guess I didn't read the directions. Like I said, y'all, don't do what I do. Just, I'm trying to follow the directions today. That is a little king. This must be like for some kindergartners or something. We got adults up in here want to eat some bigger cookies than this, I believe. I think we can get another row on this pan. So let's roll with it. We're gonna make us another row. I can't wait to eat these. I was really like craving. I've been craving good chocolate chip cookies. I've been eating chocolate. I had went on a little, after Christmas, I went and bought some of the candy that was on sale. Some of it was the little Hershey chocolate bars, and it came with different ones in there. It had the dark chocolate special and the regular Hershey's, and that's the two. It had some other ones in it too, but that's the two I've been tearing up. So I think these are gonna be so good. Okay, let me go and put this on the side because both of these pans will fit in my oven together. So let's fill up both pans. Now you see I done made this pepper way too big. Now I wasted some of my parchment paper and made me mad. Lord have mercy. Look at that. I'm gonna have to find another use for it. What would y'all do with it? Let's see if somebody's saying something to me. Hello, Lafayette McKinney. Just joined, okay. Well, hello to you too. I'm glad somebody's come and sit with me while I make my cookies. Like I said, this is some small cookies, but I know they're gonna spread out. I know that. I wanted to turn this camera the other way so that it would be like a full screen on TV. You know what I mean? Turn it sideways. But when I came on, it kept saying, turn the camera, even though I had it the way I wanted it. I still have some stuff to learn, guys. It's not always easy, all this technical stuff. I don't know what to do with it sometimes. I had bought this new phone, and when it came in, I thought I'd be able to set it up real easy. And I've spent a day trying to put an app on it, and I could not do it for anything. So my daughter-in-law came the next day, and I asked her, could she do it? She did beep, 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 and it was done. Oh my God. I spent a whole day trying to figure that out. But you know, the younger people, they know exactly what to do with all that technology. So if you're having problems with your technology, ask the youngest person in the house for some help. And they'll probably solve your problem right away. Okay. I'm going to end up having several pans of this, I can see now. So I'll definitely have to bake, you know, do a couple of sessions of baking these. But they're coming out just like they said. 1 teaspoon at a time. Let's see how many cookies that's gonna make us in our first batch, because I am curious to see. I am curious, guys. Okay, just this right here is making 33 cookies. So I'm thinking they must have mismeasured, because I definitely used what they're saying. Okay, it's saying 4 dozen, excuse me. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. I actually have 4 dozen right here. Okay, they're going in the oven, guys. For 8 minutes. Let me put my timer on. in minutes. Yummy chocolate chip cookies, Donald aboard. Hey, sister. That's my sister. It's awesome. I wish she was here with me. But it's like the next best thing, right? Frozen pipes all night and today here in Auburn, New York. How's your snow? Okay, that's Jen up in New York, guys. Our snow's melting. I mean, hold on. Let me show it. I'm eating chocolate chips. You see that? Out there on the ground? It's mostly melted. The part you see that's white there, that's the area that's been in the shade the whole time. Been no shade there. I mean, it's been all shade there. Hello. So our snow's melting. We didn't have any frozen pipes. I don't know about you guys in New York, but around here they tell us to run the water during the night or during the coldest parts, during the freezing parts, and not like full, but just kind of dripping. And so that's what we did, and we didn't have any problems with anything freezing, except for one of the toilets. There's two toilets here in the house. One of them, the water pipe to it froze for a little while, but then we put some warm water in the tank, and we did that a couple of times, and then it thawed out, and we was able to use that toilet, and the water pipe didn't burst, thank goodness. You know, a lot of people in these newer houses, they put this special pipe that it allows the water to expand, the pipe not to burst. But we don't have that here. This is an older house, and we've got the PVC, and it does burst if you allow it to freeze. But thank goodness we didn't have that this time. I'm very glad of that. Frozen pipes all night and today. Well, I hope your pipes don't burst, you know? Man, one time we had, when we first moved, we had some pipes running just like freely in the air back, going to a shed or something. I don't remember exactly what it was going to. It might have been a pig pen. I don't know. Anyway, those burst, and when we looked at them, they was just shattered. They was totally non-repairable. We had to start over from scratch, and I guarantee you after that they went in the ground. So anyway, yeah, these cookies, that's the smallest cookies I ever seen. I wonder what they doing in that oven. Should we check them, or should we wait? Should we wait the 8 minutes? Let's see, make sure it says 8 minutes now. 8 to 10 minutes, or until lightly browned. Cool slightly and remove from cookie sheet to wire rack. And I do have some little wire racks. Hey y'all, if you can, give me a thumbs up. You don't really think about that too much, but it would help. It would make me happy. Let me grab those wire racks while we're waiting. I'll try to move y'all so y'all can see what I'm doing in here. You can see all my mess I got. Let me move this. Got too much stuff in the way, huh? All the time stuff in the way on here. All right, let's get the wire racks. All right, this is what I'm gonna be using. I found these at a thrift store. This, I think, this might come out of a little oven. I'm not really sure, but it works awesome for what I'm gonna be using to put the cookies on to cool. And then this one will work for that too. But this one, I've been using like when I fry stuff, French fries or fish or whatever. I'll put this in one of those cookie sheets you saw and put it like that, and I put my fried stuff on it. And that's a good way to drain it, and it's so much surface area, you can do a lot at one time instead of using all those paper towels. You know, you can let it kind of drain like this, and then after it drains a little bit, then move it to the paper towels, and you don't waste your paper towels like that, and you have a lot more space to put your stuff on for it to work properly. Okay, since we got the camera like this, let's go and check them, y'all. I can't help but peek. It says 2 minutes and 37 seconds, but let's see. They're spreading out, y'all, and they're about like this big. I think we're gonna make the next ones a little bit bigger. Let's see if y'all can take a look-see. I'm gonna try to move y'all slowly. Slowly. See them? See them in there? I see a little bit of brown on the edges. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna switch my pans on. I know it only has 2 minutes left, but I'm gonna switch them around anyway. Because like I was saying, move y'all back over here. Y'all probably getting dizzy with me moving y'all like that. But like I was saying, I have some foil on that bottom shelf, and then it keeps the cookies from over browning at the bottom. They can cook without over browning. It works very well. And you know what? My son told me that. My son is the one who gave me that tip. Because I had made some cookies. I was making peanut butter cookies. And I was on a thing where I'm making them every week. And the first time I made them, they turned out too brown on the bottom. And he said, well, Mom, put you some oil on that bottom rack and it'll solve that. So I did, and it did solve it. So I was like, wow, thanks. Awesome. Let's see. Donna, you still there? Hello. My sister, I miss her. I wish they would, I have 2 holders. I wish they would both come here and make some cookies with me, and we could film. That would be so cool. Y'all come and we'll make cookies. We'll make whatever kind of cookies you want. I know Donna will probably want to make, I'll get anyway, she will probably want to make the those peanut butter cookies that have the little Hershey Kisses on top. I think they call them peanut butter blossoms. I think that's what she would make. And then Sandy, I think she would want to make the pecan sandies. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but those are very good too. And Mom always made those. That was Sandy's favorite at Christmas. And she would make the peanut butter blossoms. That was Don's favorite. And I just liked all of them. She would make pralines, and she would make brownies. Wait, she wouldn't make brownies. It was fudge. I'm sorry. It was fudge and pralines. At Christmas, she would get these cookbooks out, and she would make a list from them of everything she wanted to make. And then she would start like a week early. My thing went off. Let's go check that, y'all. I don't want to brown my cookies too much. Let's get them out of there. They're probably doing too. Okay, let's stop that beeping. I'll drive you nuts. Okay, they are done, y'all. Look at them. Ow, ow, ow. You see how they kind of brown on the edges? That's what I want. But they're tiny. We're going to have to make some bigger ones than that. That's downright ridiculous. I think I'm going to use this spatula. Get them off. Oh, yeah. They'll come off very easily to bring y'all over here. So y'all can see the cookies. Okay, let's see what Jen's telling me. Still waiting on the plumber here. Uh-oh. And plumbers can be expensive too. Well, I guess you didn't want to hear that, huh? Sorry. I thought that beep was my coffee, but it was your stove. Yeah, it is my stove. Some coffee sounds good though. I have some tea that I am drinking right now. Cold tea, not hot tea. I have to show y'all one day how I make my tea, even though it's like so simple. Alright y'all, they're coming right off, which is why I totally love the parchment paper. Look at that. If that was on that pan, it would probably be so stuck. I would be fighting that for 30 minutes trying to get them cookies off of there. But they just come right off. Yummy. This is going to make a lot of cookies if I stay with this size. And I have this whole other pan here. Oh my gosh. Oh, one's falling apart. You see, I'm fooling around showing y'all these cookies. But look, while I have it in the bottom of it, it browned perfectly. That's just the right amount of brownness. I've been making zucchini bread. That's the thing that I've been making. And I also made a sweet potato, what do you call it? Crunch. It's like a sweet potato pie, but it's a crust on top and has like pecans and brown sugar and flour in the topping. It's very good. Well, my husband ate the last of it last night, and I asked him, when he was actually looking for some cookies too, I asked him what he wanted next, and I asked him if he would like some cookies, and he said, yeah. I said, well, would you rather the chocolate chip or the peanut butter? And he said he wanted the chocolate chip, and I was kind of glad because I think I wanted the chocolate chip too. Okay, that's the last cookie. My goodness, y'all. There's one, you see it's stuck on that. I want to show you that. Pan's not too hot. I can touch it. Okay. But you see this? Ow, ow, ow. See that stuck right there? If I wouldn't use that parchment paper, all them cookies would have been stuck on there like that. Now I've got to work to get that off. Well, it wasn't too bad. Maybe I'm overly complaining. It did come off fairly easy, but not as easy as on the parchment paper. All right, we're going to set these lovely chocolate chip freshly baked cookies aside and let them cool. You see it has the little feet on it that raises it a little bit off the counter. So I'm going to set these aside. Make a little room on the countertop. Okay, that's fine. And I'm going to bring my bowl over here. And I'm so tempted to make these bigger because look how much dough I have left. Oh my gosh. You remember I said I could make the cookies or the bars? I actually have enough left where I could make a pan of the bars. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't resist tasting these, right? Mmm. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Now you see, I shouldn't have started tasting it because now I want to eat these. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Mmm. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get these onto this pan. And you know what? It is, I don't know what time it is. It says 375 on there because that's the temperature on the oven. Let's see if it says on the phone. It's 2:47 here. And I did not eat lunch, guys. It's not good. Okay, I sure could go. Okay, Jennifer says we're having a heat wave. Been near 0 all week. But 25 right now. Wow. Yeah, that's very cold. And Donna says, I sure could go for a warm, soft, chewy chocolate chip cookie about now. Isn't it about time for you to visit with Mom? Yeah, it is. And like snowed in. You tell it, Donna. I got it with her little wrench. Yes, it is. And it's thawed out enough, but there's still some patches of ice on the road. Was today Thursday? It'll be next week because tomorrow's Friday and I'm cooking spaghetti tomorrow. Let's see what Donna's saying. Bring them cookies with you. That's why you want me to go to Mama's. You want me to bring them cookies. I see what you're doing. Well, maybe you need to come and get you a cookie. Huh? While they fresh today. Come and get you some cookies because I got a bunch of them. You see that? You could come and get some. Bring them cookies with you. Now you see, I'm making y'all hungry, huh? I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I could eat that pan of cookies right now. But I'm not gonna do that. I have to eat lunch first, which I'm so late on my lunch today. Which I'm just eating leftovers, warming something up. I made some rice and gravy yesterday. And we had that for lunch yesterday. And I made some for Mr. E a while ago. I had enough rice left over where he could eat. And I just wasn't hungry yet. I had ate breakfast late. So I fixed his and he laid down and he's taking him a nap, y'all. I can take a nap too. Do y'all do that? But today I had energy. It's like some days I have energy and other days I just don't. And today's one of the days I had energy. So thank goodness for that. Okay, so we got another pan done. Ow, ow, ow. And then I'm going to do this one. Something else I cooked with that rice and gravy yesterday was some cabbage. Because I have a good bit of cabbage coming in. And I love cooked cabbage. But I like it to be kind of browned on. Not burned at all. You got to be very careful with cooking cabbage. Because if you burn it, you talk about a horrific smell. But I didn't burn it. I just barely browned it. And it was so sweet. I just added some salt and a little black pepper. I think I put a little garlic powder. And that was it. And it came out so good, y'all. That's how Mama used to cook it at home. And it wasn't dry, but it didn't have water in it. You see what I'm saying? It was smothered, just very plain seasonings and a little oil. And I did start it with a little water. But I let that water cook out of there. And I used that water to help steam it a little bit. But I do like cabbage like that. And we actually ate all of it. Me and Mr. E ate it. And then my son and his wife came over. And I said, well, I just fed the baby. If y'all want to eat, y'all can eat too. Well, it wasn't long. They got up and went and fixed the plate and they ate too. So that's good. I like to feed them. I like to help them in any way I can. And I like to cook. I do like to cook. But there's also days I don't want to cook. Like today, I was glad that I didn't have to make a meal. You know, I still had that left over meat and gravy that I had, and cabbage. Well, no, we ate all the cabbage, but I went and got another fresh cabbage coleslaw with it today. And I have some more of it cooking, but I'm not actually like cooking it as we're talking because I didn't want to take a chance in burning it while I was doing this. I'm going to finish cooking that when I can give it my undivided attention. I've got 2 more pans of cookies here to go into the oven. And here they go. And I got to make sure to turn that timer on. 8 minutes. because the last thing I want to do is forget about my cookies. Okay. And I still have a pile of dough here. Look at these. I can make some cookies, that's for sure. Gonna have a bunch of them. I'm supposed to be eating lunch instead of eating cookies. Okay. Anything pecan? No, I didn't put pecans, but you know what? I love them with pecans in them. I used to get the famous Amos ones at Walmart or the grocery store, and those were so good. I absolutely love the pecans. I love pecans, and you know that's a very good food for you to eat. I seen that. I would go, but Henry went to his brother's camp in Saline. Now you see there, you're gonna miss out on your chocolate chip cookies, girl. It's not as serious. Maybe you could make some, if you have the ingredients, make some kind of cookies. When you're stuck at home, it's fun to bake. It doesn't take that long. You know what takes the longest, or that's the most not fun, is getting the ingredients together. Once you get everything together though, it becomes a little more fun. I noticed that. Okay, Jennifer is saying quick dinner, 10 minutes. Shred your cabbage, a can of hash, easy peasy, a little allspice. Huh. Does allspice have cinnamon in it? Or am I thinking, y'all, these cookies are addicted. So does allspice have cinnamon in it, or not? No, but it's sweet. I've never had that. I know I've never had that. Even the hash that you're saying, I'm wondering, like, what is that? I should know that, but I don't know what it is. So what's hash? I know what cabbage is. Got plenty of that. Tea. I've been making Lipton tea, and I make it with the tea bags on top of the stove, and I've been using my water to make it with. And then I add in a little bit of the instant Lipton lemon tea. It's not a whole bunch. I just do a couple of tablespoons of it in. It makes a very tasty tea. And I don't put a lot of sugar in it. For a whole gallon, I'm only using a half of a cup of sugar. That's not a lot to a whole gallon of tea. But it's good. Very good. A lot used in baking. Hash is a can of ground meat and potatoes. Wally World has it. Cheap meal. A can of ground meat and potatoes. Sounds good. Yeah, Donna says, you know, she thinks it sounds good. I'll have to try it. I bet you there's a video for it on YouTube of how to make it. We still have 3 minutes going on our cookies. I went out this morning. Mr. E came in after he did some of his work, and he said, I'm going to uncover the cabbages and broccoli and stuff that I had covered for the cold one. And I said, oh, that'd make a good video. So he said, well, go get a camera. And I did. So I got a little video that I have to edit. And I'll look at it tonight and edit it. And hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to have it uploaded for you guys. Hopefully. Jen in New York. Can you believe that? It's so cool to be able to talk to people, excuse me, all over the world like this. And in New York, can you believe? That's something else. I'm sure glad to have you with us. And I went and looked at that business you said your mom and dad had up there in New York, you know, on the computer. And it's really nice, really beautiful place there. I like that a lot. I'm glad you shared information with me. That way I could go and look at it. Very cool. So, is this going to be one more baking or two? It's a lot of dough. Okay, I have a low battery. Let's see, low power mode. Low power mode, mail fetch, background app refresh, and some visual effects are reduced or disabled. Okay, continue. So my battery's low, y'all. If it just goes out on y'all, that's the reason. If the video just quits. Yeah, who'd have thought? No kidding. I see Mr. E in the background, y'all. He's waking up. I don't know if he'll come in here or not. But that's his choice. If he don't want to come, he don't have to. That's for sure. But I want to get all these cookies done. It's taking forever. My battery's going to die on me before I can finish these cookies. I might try a little pan of the bars. I'm very, very tempted to put this into a little pan and let it cook like some bars and cut them. I think that'd be interesting. The world brought so close. So cool. I love it. When I first started doing this, I was just like, I didn't know what to say or anything. Oh, wait, y'all. Turn that off. That's my oven again, y'all. It's not y'all's coffee. It's not your coffee, Jen. Did your coffee ever get made? Okay, let's fetch these out of here. This pan got more brown than the other pan, but that's okay. I don't mind. And I'm going to put those onto this pan, this drying rack, whatever you want to call it. I guess I could have just slid them off and just used like the parchment paper, but I don't think they would have dried properly on the parchment paper. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get them off of there. They come off super easy, like easy coming off. Ooh, I know what Mr. E's gonna be snacking on tonight. We have not had these in the house for a long time. Been a really long time since we had these. You can put a couple eggs on top of a can of hash too. Sounds good to me. I love eggs and ground meat and potatoes, so definitely sounds good and easy. Ooh, this cookie's got brown. It's gonna be nice. Very nice. Ooh. Look, Mr. E's in the background eating cookies. Y'all see that? You like them? They're so good. Especially warm like that. They're not as prettily shaped as the ones at the store, but they taste way better. He's still in a couple. I don't blame him. Not like I'm saving them for something, you know. They best to eat when they're warm like this. They don't take to cook either. 8 minutes, that's not long. It's just that there's so many of them. That's why I said if you do the pan version, you know, let's see how long the one takes. 20 minutes to bake in the pan. But I don't know. I think I'm going to continue on with my cookies like this. They're so good. Why fix it if it's not broken? You know what I'm saying? Just continue making them like this. So I guess you snowed in, Hunjian. Is it snow or just frozen? I always keep a can in the cupboard, only one dirty pan. That I like, especially with no H2O today. At the Aldi is $2.39, cheap eats. Uh-oh, Donna's saying she's really getting hungry. I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm making y'all hungry. Doggone. I never make these. And, you know, I used to get, the first time I ever made these, we made them in home ec. And I think we might have Nestle's. But they were so good then, too. We had home ec back then. I think I was like in the 6th or 7th grade. And we learned how to sew. There's this big room. It had sewing machines all over in it. And it had stoves up at the wall. Lots of them. So that everybody, each student had their own machine. And the ovens were probably shared. But there was a lot of sewing machines in there. And we did sew too. We made some pillows. Mine was shaped like a shark. It gave me a little bit of experience on how to sew. And of course, Mom sewed at home. So I was familiar with sewing somewhat. But now, you know, I can sew. I'm not going to say sew you a prom dress or anything like that. But I can repair with a sewing machine that I have. Or I can make something simple like a curtain or a pillow cover. It's a good thing to know. And the schools around here don't offer that anymore, home economics. I don't know why. All the sewing machines and stuff out and made them into different kinds of classrooms. I subbed at a school a couple of years back, and it was in a classroom. I could tell it was a home economics class at one time because it had all the plug-ins on the floor all throughout the building. And it was for where the sewing machines had been. But they messed all the schools up around here. They got them kids on buses early in the morning. They catch that bus, y'all, it's still dark. And when they come back home, it's dark. Them kids ain't no time to play. And they have school from Tuesday through Friday. They have off. So they put these big long hours from 8 till 4. The kids have to be in school. And so that they can have off on Fridays. But I don't know who voted on that. It must have been the administration. Because that's rough on the children, you know. Getting up that early and being gone all day. A kid really don't have that long of an attention span.
Snow and frozen. Donna says, no worries. I found me some Zap spicy Cajun tater chips to munch on. Those are good. I like those. They're like really hard, like kettle hard. I don't know. They call it something like that. I'm going to clean out my freezer tomorrow. Put all the food on the porch. Only advantage to cold weather. That's true. You know what? I need to do that too so badly. But I'm like putting it off because it's a big job. You know what I'm saying? It's not that either, because that sometimes you have frozen stuff that's heavy. Ugh. But that is a job I need to do. I have a lot of jobs I need to do. I bought a Singer and it came with 20 free lessons. Pretty nifty. That is pretty nifty. The sewing machine I have is like an antique, y'all. It only makes one stitch. It makes a one style of stitch, I should say. Just a straight line stitch. It does go in reverse, so you can tighten up the ends, you know. But I'm satisfied with it. Like I said, all I'm gonna do, I ain't gonna do nothing major with it, as far as I know, unless the world to a time when I have to start sewing clothes. My goodness, my poor family, if they have to wear clothes, that also, no telling what that's gonna look like. But hopefully it won't come to that. I got 2 more pants, and I know I'm gonna have 2 more after that. But that's all right. It's okie dokie. I got some of my work done this morning. I'd like to see Avery Island. I love spicy. Just bought a jar of Slap Yum. Hey. I got me some too. Oh yeah, that's good. Very good. I used to get the Tony's, and now I get that one. I like that one better. So, no advertising. Just talking. It is good. And I went to Avery Island one time, y'all. It was, the Council on Aging was having a field trip. They would do field trips, and they would get a bus. Anybody who wanted to go could go. You had to pay a little bit. It wasn't much. But they would plan out an actual field trip. And they would take you on the bus, and they had it planned out where you would go and eat that day. And they had like a little thing, you know, that you would follow. And a friend of mine, and at that time I was homeschooling my son, so it was a very good little field trip for him, you know. Oh wait, I gotta set this timer, y'all. I'm gonna burn these cookies. They've been in there probably 2 minutes. I'm gonna put them, set it for 6. Okay, so back to Avery Island. Me and my son and my friend and her son, which I'm schooling also. But she was like in touch with the Council on Aging and all those people there. Oh yes, that's some good stuff, LOL. I use it on everything, Donna says. I've watched their video. Okay. Well, when we went, we got to go to the tow factory. And they had a store in there with all kind of merchandise. I got a t-shirt and, you know, whatever. And we got to see the bottles coming down and the sauce going into them and the labels being put on them. It was so cool. Really, really, really cool. And what else did we do there? We, I don't know, we had went and ate somewhere. It was this neat little country restaurant. Never heard of or seen before. But it was like almost like a bed and breakfast style restaurant. But it was pretty cool. We had fun that day, and we didn't have to drive. You know, we just rode on the bus. Well, of course, the bus come pick me up at my house. I had to drive, you know, a few miles where everybody met to get on it. But I don't know if they still do that. But we do have a Council on Aging here, and there are a lot of services. They actually offer a lot of services. My mom has taken advantage of a couple of them. Let me see. Oh, yes. Had some good stuff. That's some good stuff. I'm sorry. I use it on everything. Gators cheese, y'all. Gators chase you? No. Actually, gators are not aggressive. like crocodiles are aggressive, gators are not. Now, I'm not saying go and pet an alligator. I would never, ever, ever do that. And I'm scared of them. But you don't hear of gators, you know, attacking people like you crocodiles. I was saying something. I don't know what I was talking about. Don't you hate that? I'm getting old, y'all. Y'all see all that gray hair? I'm getting old, and sometimes I lose my train of thought. I'm just rambling on anyway. Let me step back here a little bit, get out of y'all's, right up in y'all's space there. Oh, I know what I was saying. My mom takes advantage of some of those services that the Council on Aging offers, and a lot of these places are all over the United States, but she uses the one in our area, of course. 10% remaining on my battery, it's telling me. Okay, I'm gonna try to get this in. She uses a cleaning service through them. They come in and clean her house, whatever she needs done, and I think it's like $5 or something, and she can get them to come as often or as least once. But I mean, her house is really clean, y'all. It's so easy. Any person who cleans houses would love to clean hers because there's not a whole lot to clean there. But she likes to get them to mop because she has some trouble with it, and get them to change her sheets because that's kind of like a big job given to me. So the other service is a shopping service where the person will call her, find out what she needs, even come and get her list from her, and they'll get whatever she needs and bring it back to her. So it keeps her from having to drive, which she doesn't like driving anymore. And, you know, usually one of us daughters take her to go get whatever she needs, but it's cut back on that too, because now this shopper from the Council on Aging will go and get whatever she needs. And I think it might be like $5 for that too each time. So it's very, very affordable. And I bet you that they're all over the United States. I bet that's not just here. Can't see your face, girl. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry. Any good gator story from you two or Errol? Oh no, not me, Donna said. I'm scared of the water. Well, I know Mr. E done seen some gigantic ones where he goes fishing at. He said one of them he's seen, its head looked like the size of a refrigerator, so that's pretty doggone big. And the place he used to go fishing, it used to be so many people there before the pandemic, you know. A lot of people would go fishing there. But now it's like the water's changed and everything, and a lot don't go there anymore. So when he went the last time, it was like nobody else in there, and he saw those big alligators, and he said it felt so weird. It was kind of, and not a good feeling. So when I went back with him the last time, I didn't see any. So I don't know, but I know they're in there. I know they have some really big ones too. This is about to beep, so I'm just going to turn it off so it don't beep in your ear. But it looks like it needs another minute, so we're going to give it another one. So what's going on, y'all? Like, what's going on in y'all's world today? I'm just rambling on here. I'm trying to think what I'm going to do when I get through with these cookies. I need to eat my lunch. That's what I need to do. I already listed my stuff on eBay this morning. I listed some fingernails, the fake fingernails, you know. I had 2 sets of Kiss nails, 2 kinds of pressed nails, and then I had some that was Nail Bliss. Those were the long coffin type. So, you know, I sell nails on eBay, y'all. That's like that started out to be my therapy. When my dad passed away, I was selling stuff on eBay already, and then I started doing the nails, and it was like everything nails was just an obsession to me. And I mean, I would watch people paint nails on TV, and I don't know why that was so therapeutic for me, but it really was. And I mean, for years, and I'm still doing it. But I hadn't watched the nail painting in a while. I love those videos that paint all those gorgeous nail sets. It's so beautiful. My timer beeped, y'all. I guess I better get my cookies out of here. Yeah, they're done. But I need to do my nails. Wait, let me get a platter for these cookies. Because now I need this right. Let me turn y'all a little bit so y'all can see what's going on over here. Basically just picking these cookies up off of this cooling rack because they're cool now. And I need the cooling rack for the rest of the cookies I'm doing. These are kind of small, but they'll work. They just really bake very quickly, which I'm glad of. Baking makes me tired, especially when you're baking this much. I bet you a lot of people do the pan just to skip this. But if I wanted to, I could share my cookies with my neighbors because I have a bunch of them. And I bet who's going to get some? Josh and Jada. I bet you Josie would like some too. Okay, let's set that right there. I got stuff piling up in here now. My mom had a big kitchen when she lived in our original house. She had a big kitchen with counter space and a big table. And she would always cook. She loved to cook. She was a very good cook. And when she would make all that Christmas cookies and candy, all the counter space would be taken. Oh my gosh. I remember when she would do the pralines, she would lay out this parchment paper like this. And she would use some platters that was, oh, I'm gonna spill them everywhere. Kind of like this, you know, long, and put that parchment paper on it. I just heard the splitter start. Mr. E must be gonna split some more wood. Or something, I don't know. I did hear it start though. And she'd put her pralines on there. She'd whip that up in those light pots, those thick, heavy pots, some pralines. And I remember her putting that pot in the sink, not with any water, but I guess just to get from splattering and get it off the heat. And she had a wooden spoon, and she'd beat that praline batter. And then she'd hurry up and pour it onto the parchment paper. You have to work very fast with candy when you're making pralines. I want to make some pralines for y'all. And you know what? I've never made them. So I don't know how that's going to go, but I definitely want to make some. And they say weather is better for making candy also. So I have to look into all that, y'all. I also would like to make some fudge. But I don't want to make this traditional fudge. I want to make the fancy fudge. It's made with the marshmallow cream. You know what I'm talking about? It comes in a jar. The first time I ever ate that, I was working a job and a woman had made that for Christmas. You know how everybody makes stuff for Christmas and brings it to work? I was working as a secretary, and there was a bunch of other secretaries in there. And one of them come with that fancy fudge. And when she told me how she made it and everything, I come and made me some because I loved it so much. It didn't crystallize or anything. Sometimes homemade fudge has a tendency to do that. It'll be hard, and sometimes it'll crystallize on you. And I don't care for that. Not a fan. But this fantasy fudge is a soft, moist, creamy fudge. And it's easy to make. You actually, now you see I hadn't made that in a long time either, because you need a microwave, which I don't have, and I have not had in years. I have to go to somebody's house to make me some fancy fudge. I have to go to somebody's house who has a microwave. There may be a way to do it without it. There probably is. Just have to look into it. I'm so glad this is my last pans, y'all. Oh my gosh. If y'all make this, you might want to use a little bit bigger measurement than a rounded teaspoon. Okay, since we are stuck in the house, I've been playing with my wigs. Oh, awesome. Take it easy. Bye, Jen. Put a piece of bread in the cookie container. The bread dries out and the cookies stay moist. Ooh. Really? I did not know that. Thanks, Jen. Yes, yes, pralines, Jen says. You can come to my house and use microwave, Donna said. Ooh, girl. You interested in the fantasy fudge? Because I know I am. I've been eating chocolate, y'all, and it's like so bad for my hot flashes, and I can't resist it. It's, oh my gosh, it's so bad, y'all. When you have hot flashes and you discover that they're brought on by chocolate and tea and sugar and alcohol, let's say. So all those things intensify hot flashes. During the summer, I had some margarita mix, and I was making me some margaritas. At the end of the day, I would make me a margarita. And let me tell you, that was some serious hot flashes coming off of that. Tequila. I do like to have some sort of little drink in the afternoon. Not every day, but sometimes I do. And I actually will like to drink a beer afternoon. Some days, not every day. And really, one beer is about all. But still, those don't give me the hot flashes as bad as that tequila did. That was, whew. And you know, I find spices or cause them also. When I was making the zucchini bread, and I put a lot of spices in it, like cloves and cinnamon and ginger. Well, all the spices are very warming. It's not good for hot flashes. Hello. Fantasizing now. Yeah. Hey, I could bring my camera and we could make a video, and then they get to see you too. That would be fun. And I need to start doing my StreamYard again, where you can come on with me, because that's a lot of fun too. I don't know why I stopped doing it, really. Must have had some kind of problem. Oh, I know what it was. Your sound was, look, now Mr. E's phone's ringing, y'all, but he ain't in here to answer it. And I ain't going to answer it neither. He'll come back, y'all. Excuse the ring. I hope it ain't important. I'm bad at it. This other woman I worked with, she was from New Orleans, and she actually had a house in New Orleans, and she her and her husband had a business somewhere near here. I ain't gonna say exactly where, but anyway, she was from New Orleans. They was from New Orleans, so they knew all the little New Orleans, and there was this place called Sugar Dolls, and she had money, and she went and she bought all kind of stuff out of Sugar Dolls, all kind of fancy little cookies and candies. My gosh, y'all. That was some of the best stuff I'd ever ate. Chocolate and tea or my life. I had a cookbook called White Trash Cooking, and a lady with hot flashes used to sit in front of her open fridge. Ah! Hey, whatever works. Yes, Henry is sleeping over there tonight. Come stay with me and we can bake, cook, sew, go live. Maybe have a little please. Oh yeah, that'll bring the hot flashes on real good, huh? It sounds kind of tempting though. Today's Thursday. I have to cook tomorrow. I don't know. And I have all these cookies. Can we really make fantasy fudge today? I don't know if I have the stuff to make fantasy fudge. With my expired ingredients, I have some expired marshmallow cream. I seen it in the pantry the other day. Okay, that's finally all of the cookie dough. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's going in. Incoming. Okay, y'all, finally to the bottom of the cookie dough. My gosh. That was a bunch. And look all the cookies I have. All right. Now I got that off of me. I'm gonna have to put this phone on a serious charge, y'all. Turn it off, it's gonna be like totally dead. Been to Sugar Dolls, famous Nolan's Bakery. I hadn't been to it, but I sure ate some good